beautiful earth angels, welcome back to a daily dose of love, or hello if you're new. Very liminal energy in the ethers today, very liminal energy, if you know what I mean. Splitting the deck to the guardian angel, you guys, with protection, guidance and support. Wow. Yeah, there's a very liminal energy in the ethers, in the air, or maybe you're bringing this through. Liminal is like an in-between sort of space, and I say in between because liminal reminds me of like how it feels when we're in a dream, how it feels when we're in these maybe surreal places where reality doesn't quite feel quite real, right? And so you have guardian angel, and I feel like it's connected to this liminal energy, you guys. I feel like you guys connect to this liminal space of energy inside of yourself. You connect to it in between space. This can be at dusk, this can be at nighttime, in reflection. It's when you feel this essence of expandedness in your brain and solitude. So when at nighttime everyone's sleeping, there's like a liminal energy through the house, through the streets, right? It's like this space that you connect with, and it doesn't need to be at nighttime. It can be at any time, because it's the feeling that we're focusing on right here that you seem to be tapping into. And when you tap into this feeling, there is a guide, an angel, or spirits connecting with you through the feelings that you're feeling. Because this feeling we're talking about, this liminal energy, it's actually a space of frequency. It's actually a space of consciousness, and it's a very open, receptive one as well. It's also a space where we can enter certain drawn out reflections. So you'll know when you enter this energy, and you do so very often naturally, but you'll know because we enter certain reflections that we can't reach through other emotions. Certain emotions we feel are so much wholer, bigger, larger, more encompassing, and it takes us to certain reflections we wouldn't normally have, like reflections from the point of view of ourselves at the end of our lives, or you know, in 40 years time, like what will I look back and regret, or what will I look back and be so proud of. It's like we enter these spaces of outside of the self in these liminal energies, and why they're liminal is because they're not you right here, right now, right? So these liminal spaces of reflection are almost spaces of reflection of life, your reality, from a really drawn out view that isn't in between. And it's very interesting because, again, you're someone who enters these liminal energies very often, whether this is like you nighttime driving. We get drawn to the nighttime a lot because it brings that same echoing energy. Other liminal spaces where we hear about like the black back rooms and stuff. It's actually a song I'm channeling through, and it's been coming very strong today. And this is a very liminal energy that you guys, I feel like when you listen to this song, or there's particular songs you listen to that put you in this liminal energy. Maybe some of them it's like lo-fi or this or that, but I'm going to link a song down below that you guys might find helpful to enter this liminal space of energy. And it's just so interesting because you're connecting with your higher self in this space, and other spirits and guides, maybe even without realizing, because for you, you're just in this space of reflection. It doesn't even have to be stopping, meditating. It can be just as you're moving about doing things. It's like you tap into this liminal energy now and again, and it's a particular frequency you're connecting with. Again, like we say, this keeps coming through very strongly, but it could be at nighttime or very early in the mornings, or in these in-between moments in the day. You're flicking to these energies, and so there's a guardian angel or your guides who connect with you in these spaces. And how they connect with you is through what you're feeling. So it's like maybe some of you channel your guides, or you receive synchronicities or messages, or maybe it's that the feelings you're tapping into is the channeling, right? Whether they're regarded to like feeling like a guidance or a message or not, it doesn't matter. It's these feelings that are very special and very important. You could also see a lot of synchronicities when you're in this liminal space of energy. For example, songs or like random things coming up in YouTube algorithm or algorithms online that are really synchronistic. No such thing as coincidence. Because when you're connected to this liminal space of energy, it starts to actually reflect out in your reality. Reality is mirroring us. And so when you're connected inside yourself to this feeling of space, you're almost actually rippling that outside of you as well, and creating this liminal nature around you. Liminal, subliminal, liminal, and seeing these synchronicities or occurrences happen when you're in these spaces. And you could find in these spaces you're highly receptive, highly open, empathically to tuning into energies. It's almost as if time pauses, everything's floating without gravity in slow motion, and it's like a space outside of time where things can be looked at from outside of ourselves, from outside of our lifetime. It's like a very drawn out energy, and you guys in these moments, you're really receptive and receiving a lot of messages, connections through to feelings of love or feelings of emotion that are sent to be experienced from loved ones, your higher self or spirit guides. And also you're very receptive in these moments for receiving epiphanies or higher understandings of perspectives that are encompassing, and also inspiration. And when we talk about epiphanies, clarity, ideas, inspired action coming to you in these moments in this drawn out way. So you have a guardian angel who's very, very close with you right now or today, and you will be connecting with them through these spaces of feeling, and also through nature. With the northern lights coming out, wonder, natural beauty, and inspiration, this is always like when we're looking at the stars, or we see something in the sky that's like not particularly common or normal, like maybe the moon looks really cool, or the sky's a color you've never seen it before, or you see lights that are really beautiful, or a lake at nighttime, or there's something about nature that can be very synchronistic as well in these times. I keep tuning into a liminal space and time of energy. Like, this is a concept that you guys go and have experienced often, but I keep tapping into a specific moment that keeps coming through. And again, it is at nighttime. So whether this was like recently, last night, or tonight, there's this essence of a gateway being open for you, and this gateway is this liminal energy, and your guides are utilizing this, and you're utilizing this by feeling certain emotions, being able to feel those emotions and tap into deeper frequencies or deeper energies that are connected to your higher self and spirit guides and angels and loved ones, you guys. So yeah, you're very protected. We have the Falcon's flight coming out, which says perspective, freedom, and aspirations. The Falcon's flight is also like that eagle, bird's eye perspective energy that keeps coming through for you as well. And something about wings is highly significant, because both of these cards have beautiful spread out wings, you guys. So the thing that you see in the sky that could be cool could be something to do with like the colors of the sky, or nature, or clouds, or something like this, or stars, or the moon. But it could also be like an animal in the sky as well, you know, as well. And it's kind of like I'm hearing somebody say, I'm channeling something for somebody, and it says someone's going to look up at the sky and see a beautiful bird with spread open wings flying right above you, or like soaring across your path. And there's a particular guide that wants you to know that when you see this, know that that is them. That is them watching over you, flying over you. So this could be like a message from a particular loved one on your spirit team, or a particular guide who's wanting to make themselves present and know that they're with you, and they're sending signs in very physical ways. We also have the sacred scrolls, knowledge, and ancient wisdom. There's something about writing books, or yeah, this information you're guided to. Some of you, this could be when you're journaling. You journal in very liminal spaces. Some of you write poetry in very liminal spaces. Like, you could write songs in very liminal spaces. It's very interesting. There's something about writing coming through, whether that's just journaling personally or creating something that is significant for this space of liminal energy. I also feel like if you're seeing this reading, you've either recently had or are about to have a moment that is what we're talking about. It's very liminal, and you're going to find yourself writing something down or having a particular reflection that's very profound, okay? And it's either profound because of the space of energy you're tapping into, or what you're writing and what you're tapping into as well, this type of perspective or this type of feeling. You know, these feelings we enter actually expand our consciousness. They expand our soul from the inside out. And yeah, I feel like there's someone having a moment of channeling. You're like writing or channeling with a guide or with your higher self, or just connecting to yourself through journaling. This can be in your notes on your phone, or this can be in thought in your inner monologue, or this can be actually writing on paper. But either way, it seems like this is a very drawn out special space of energy being brought through. And that's why it's being brought through, because this isn't just like a little moment of something happening. These are profound moments within your life that bring you back to the deeper core of yourself, that bring you to this deeper essence of the self, the deeper meaning, importance, and feeling of everything all at once. We also have the mystic's eye with clairvoyance, insight, and foresight. So you guys are very clairvoyant. If you find or see this reading and you receive clairvoyant insights and foresight through emotion as well. Like we say, sometimes we can tap into feelings of ourselves in years to come and look back on this moment now from their eyes, even though we're not there or lived it yet. And this is the foresight we're talking about that brings insight. The foresight, living and looking back on our past selves as the present self, or on past selves now from our present selves, brings us insight through our foresight. You guys also with the mystic's eye, your dreams, something about your dreams right now, or again, things that you're seeing physically, that you're seeing, symbolism that you're seeing, or synchronicities you're seeing, or envisions you're seeing inside your mind, imagination, third eye space, or your dreams. Yeah, very interesting. So this has been your message and reading, beautiful souls. 11:33 I just saw on the clock as well. I love you so much, and I will see and speak to you all in the next reading and message. Just to clarify, you're going to be entering a very liminal space soon, or that you already have been, and there's a profound energies you're tapping into that are literally expanding your consciousness. And what we mean by expanding consciousness is the mind. It's the mind that's expanding. It's the heart. It's the self. It's the emotional awareness. It's the self-awareness of ourselves, life, reality, everything at this drawn out view. It's also very healing, coming into deeper connection with the self in these moments as well. And you are connecting to something bigger than yourself in these moments, and that's what wants to be emphasized. Because whether you already journal and channel and connect with your guides consciously, or whether you don't even realize this is what this is that in these moments you're being amplified and open to be receptive, to connect to energies that are very expanded and cannot always be tapped into, are very rare and very sacred packages of energy and frequency. Like we say, when you're reflecting at nighttime, maybe you go out the house for a walk or a smoke or this or that, whatever you guys are doing, and you're entering some very profound special spaces of reflection that connect you to yourself. Why that's important as well is because if you ask different people what the self is, they'll say different things. Some people identify with the ego, some people identify with their thoughts or their emotions, but the real self is the observer to these things. And I read a quote this morning that said, "You're not the weather, you're the sky." And so it's in these liminal spaces you become the sky, separate from the weather, right? And so it's important because that's who you really are. You're connecting with your soul, not your ego, not this, not that, your thoughts, your emotions. You're connecting with a deeper part of yourself that is your soul. So I love you so much, and I will see and speak to you all in the next reading, beautiful souls. Mwah.